Good morning, you beautiful people. So we are back, starting in Wally's sunroom. One of the dogs left us a little gift, and we are still placing bricks in here. Came home late last night, and so this is one of the trees that we bought, and it never had any roots. I thought it fell out of the bag, and we're struggling with roots, but it seems like it was just cut off, placed in a pot and sold to us by the government nursery. So I hope we can keep that aloe tree alive. It would be wonderful. Just removing gifts. Then we had to take these ones out of their bags in order to transport them. We had just so much stuff to transport. This is the strangler fig that Lissa has never seen, but they are quite amazing trees. And then this is still some aloes. Boys are quickly going to clean the car in order for us to leave again. So we're gonna run through the farm quickly and see how much we can get done before we have to leave. Lissa and I am quickly going to see if we can get some proper potting mix up. Bruno asked that what do I think I want to accomplish with Wally's sunroom, or what do I see the future is. So my idea, well, obviously this needs to go, but the jackhammer needs to come back first. My idea was to put like recycled windows in the frame and have like this part made with glass, and then the roof at some stage, just 1 second, replace the roof. Obviously I add brandering across, and then add clear IBR panels, and then have shade net that you can pull down and up to shade it when you need it. Now Lissa pointed out to me that our house doesn't look very arty, and best case scenario the recycled window frames will look arty. Worst case scenario they will just look seriously crap. They will look like crap. And so I'm rethinking my choices of adding in the recycled windows. Maybe do it nice with nice aluminium windows. But this is now just long-term thinking, long-term planning. This isn't something that will happen tomorrow. This is just ideas. Yeah, I think that's for now. That's it. Vetiver grass is doing quite well. I'm very happy with that. Whatever this was didn't make it, but there's a Lucina that does. Luckily we've still got some mint, so our mint isn't dying out anytime soon. What else is there? Yeah, this is a new variety of spec boom. Smaller leaves and whiter leaves. So last week Lissa bought some shade nets and poles and things like that. That will be delivered this week. So we've been changing the landscape in Mikkel's garden. We've removed every single tree, and none of that will go to waste. It will be used as mulch and fences, etc. So we're just rearranging nature a little bit. There will be absolutely no waste from that, but all of this will turn into shade net country. All the way to the house there. So those 3 trees also needs to go. Now I feel sad about the trees. Very, very excited about having a proper market garden up and running, and something that you can control. For instance, the birds is probably our worst enemy here. And somebody said this is not a food forest, and it is 100% not a food forest. And somebody said this is not permaculture, and want to justify it a little bit. I think it's permaculture because it goes to the ethics. There's still earth care, We are still making, with every planting, the land will become better and better, and it is people care, and it is sharing the abundance. So it still goes, and reaping harvest. So it still goes with the permaculture principles, even though it is in neat rows and it is going to look semi-commercial. There's dripper lines, there's shade net, there's things like that that you would see on a commercial farm. But hopefully our soil quality will increase year after year after year. Right. And all of this will be turned into fences and into poles and into things that we really need on the farm as well, so there will be no waste. So we came back from Windhoek and I was hiding in an old pig pen so I can edit and just get away from the kids. And I quickly want to show you. So it became so wet that we had to move the pigs at the end of the season, so I just threw some sunflower seeds in the soil here and moved the pigs. And this is what we have here now. Obviously it's, I think, way denser than you would plant sunflowers in a normal world. And this was a complete wet mess when I left. You can see there's some bone that was left. This probably was a piece of wood the termites occupied and sort of encased and then ate. And then let me go and show you quickly what we've done. But I want to walk back and thank Sue B. She bought some running around money. Cherokee ended up buying some coffees that we can use for food preservation equipment, maybe some milking things. Tomorrow is Brendo the cow day, seems like, so Brendo the cow will be arriving tomorrow. Quite excited about that. Thank you, Cherokee, that will help a lot. And then Trent C bought some coffees, really like that, thank you so much. Brenda bought some coffees for overalls for the guys, and we filmed it on GoPro. And I'm struggling to get with, still struggling a bit with the footage with all the driving around. We didn't get around to it. Ouch. So this thing is sharp. Some wild cucumbers growing all over the world, all over the place. And yeah, we've been driving around quite a bit. Lissa and I spoke and I asked her whether she accomplished, most of the things that she was in shops. We went from shop to shop to shop to shop, so she can understand the economy. She said, well, we haven't stopped working since we arrived. Now, working doesn't necessarily mean digging holes. She did loads of research regarding soil types, compost types that you can get. This is a mix that we made just before we left to Windhoek. So the aloes was placed in there to try just to keep them alive, because we had to leave to Windhoek quite quickly. Spend hours and hours researching security lights and security equipment. So Lissa was really a big help and asking questions that I haven't even thought about. So she understands our economy quite nice. Mekon bought plenty of extra fruit trees, and they will be planted in Mekon's garden. Loads of citrus, some peach family trees, deciduous trees. So Mekon, thank you very much for that. We have somebody coming here tomorrow to talk to us about the security cameras and things here. We wanted to do a home DIY system, but I really want to do or get a system that I can stream live on a YouTube channel or on a website or something to you guys, so you can see live what's happening on the farm. And so it seems like somebody will need to come in, and we'll add on to that. But we found one in Etosha that's focused on the water hole, and so that sort of gave me that idea. Thought, well, this is quite nice. And so that's going to be the idea. Maybe I wanted to put it at the gates and so on, but then I spoke to Beshy said maybe put it on the pigs or something, you know, something that's got a little bit more action. So the flowers are, some of them are reaching the end of their season already. And I think we had a very nice growth of sunflowers. Yeah, this one's still looking nice. Like that, and then you've got some bigger ones. Cold is coming soon, so they will all start dying back, I assume. I don't know if they will survive frost. If you wipe them like that and you see all the sunflowers hidden below the little yellowy things. Speaking to Lissa about what was the most interesting thing is, she said the fact that it's so difficult to get stuff. Now, I have nothing to compare things with. I know it's difficult to get stuff, the stuff that people want, but Lissa says it's much more difficult than she anticipated. So we were looking for a colander for the kitchen, for instance. We went to 10 different shops in 2 different towns, each shop sending us to another one. And only at the last shop, obviously, we didn't visit shops for colanders after we found that. But everything you're looking for, you have to visit a couple of shops. So that was quite something interesting. While we're at it, I want to show you quickly the middle garden. So this is just pluquinas are just for shade, but there's a cactus in there, and then just some onions growing. And then some flowers planted in here as well, but I think it's just not watered often enough for the flowers to come up. And so I think for now that is going to be the end of my story. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.